Hi, I'm Matt, and this is Procrastination Garage.
It's Monday morning around 7 a.m. and we're back on the tree project, sorta, doing some prep work today. So after the Home Depot fiasco, I got in touch with my neighbor, and my neighbor had offered to loan me his telehandler. And the only reason I had chosen not to use it is because I just didn't think it was going to be the safest option. But since then, I've got the scaffolding, which adds another element to it, and plus I'm running out of options. So I talked with him last week and said, hey, can I pick it up on Monday and then use it on Tuesday and Wednesday? He said, yeah, great, no problem. So I'm headed over there hopefully to pick it up, bring it over to my property, and then I've got today to prep it, get it ready to work. And then although I originally planned on working tomorrow, something came up and it won't be till Wednesday. That shouldn't be a problem. So let's see what we can figure out.
We got it. The scaffolding is now mounted to the front of the telehandler. I've got two tie-down straps on both sides, one high, one low, going around the fork bracket there. I think that'll hold me. Should be just fine. If I think about it, I'll bring something over and maybe just wrap around here and here just for a little added extra. Shouldn't be a problem though. I think we're in pretty good shape. What do you think? Think we can do some damage with that? I think so. Yeah, it's going to be a bit scary. I'm not real big on heights. We'll make it work. It's Wednesday morning, about 7:30 a.m. over at the rental. The big day is here. So getting ready to unload the tractor here in a little bit. And then also getting ready to put some plywood up on the windows. I've got two pieces of 4x8 sheet over the slider, and then maybe you can see way off there, I've got smaller pieces cut to go up on those windows. Getting ready to screw them in place right now. The windows are covered. The equipment is warming up. Waiting on my friend, supposed to be around 8. I'll go ahead and get chainsaws ready. It's about 3 p.m. You can see we've made quite a mess down here. Taken down some up there. Unfortunately, I did damage the neighbor's hay barn, which is what I was trying to avoid. It wasn't from a branch falling on it, one that I cut. It was one that broke off by itself. Anyway, we're going to start work on those two there. We need to pull them back this direction. And then still want to get those 4 down. May not make it today. Just took 2 down over there. And those will actually be pretty easy. They're not real big, and they'll just fall back towards me. The sketchiest one is going to be that one straight ahead on the right, because that one has to be pulled up and back. And we're going to use a pickup for a little extra weight to make sure it goes where we want it. Because that one, if it falls the wrong way, that'll take out his hay roof there. And the other one too, but I'm less concerned about pulling that one back. So that's where we're at. It's just after 4:30 on day 1, which is Wednesday. And boy, have we made a mess. We still got those 2 big sections up there, which need to come back this way. And we just had too much stuff going on down here, so we started cleaning this up and just kind of ran out of time for today. I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm going to clean up all the big stuff, move it out of the way so we can get the telehandler up there to pull that down, and then we'll be doing those. Anyway, coming back on Friday to do actual falling of trees and stuff. So it's been a productive day. Not a perfect day. I've talked to my neighbor about his roof. He's going to buy the materials. I'm going to install them. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate my neighbor. He's been very helpful in this whole endeavor. Coming around to the other side, I guess I should show you that too. A little bit of cleanup work to do over here as well. The telehandler is not easy on my grass, let me tell you. I'm going to have to do some rehab work, but I don't care. Getting these trees down is a big job. It's Thursday, just afternoon, and I'm over here by myself. I'm going to see how much of this I can get cleaned up, just the big stuff. And then also on the other side over there. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's what it looks like over here, all cleaned up. And here's this side over here. Pretty much everything's stuffed over there. All right. Tomorrow, those there are the ones I'm most worried about. See you tomorrow. So, what do you think of my handiwork so far? Hey, do me a favor, hit the like button, please subscribe, please leave a comment, and tell all your friends. Thanks. It's 11 o'clock on day 2, which is Friday, and we're making progress, not quite as quickly as I'd hoped. Took down 3 here so far. Getting ready to do that one right there. Gonna anchor it off that tree over there. I don't think this one's gonna be too tough. The one we just did, I should have got that on video. That was probably the toughest one because it was leaning back over towards the horse pens back there. And tractor just barely pulled it. And then we've got those 2, which are the ones I'm most concerned about. But honestly, after doing that one I just did, I'm less concerned about those. So, I don't know, we'll see. I'll try and get the tripod set back up here.
Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Headed over to the rental again. So my friend Ron helped me on Friday and on Wednesday. I didn't want to abuse the friendship anymore, so I recruited another friend, Bob, for today. I'd been texting back and forth with Bob about some off-road stuff, and he's like, well, hey, if you need some help this weekend, let me know. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I do. And although I thought there were only two people I would trust running the telehandler, I think Bob is another one that I trust running it, because he's kind of an old school truck driving. I think he's got lots of skills kind of guy. So the goal is to be out there by noon today, mainly just knocking out the willow tree. Got a bunch of branches up high. And I guess they're more like trunks up high that I want to get down. I'm afraid if they come down, they're going to damage the cars of the renters. So that's the reason to do that. And then not worrying about doing any cleanup over there. Do need to get the telehandler back to my neighbor friend. And that's about it. Just to clean up my equipment mess. And then next week we'll start cleaning the yard up. Woohoo! So not sure what I'll show you today. So there has been some casualties. One of the casualties was my tripod. Shame to admit it too. One tree that came down, one of the hanging branches caught the edge of the roof of the house, master bedroom area, and did a little bit of damage. Nothing really significant, but a little bit of damage. And then also a metal storage shed that was out back. I don't know if I showed that or talked about that, but that thing got crushed. Wasn't being used, but still too bad. My philosophy on this though is it was going to cost me at least $4,000 to $6,000 to have these trees brought down. So if my damages and repairs come in at under $4,000, then I'm still ahead of the game. And in fact, a shed is probably $700-800. Other than that, the roof repair shouldn't cost me anything. I did ding the neighbor's hay barn, which was the whole reason for doing this project. Not bad, not as bad as if a tree had come down on it. And so I've got some repairs to do over there, and probably excuse me, a couple $100 to fix that. So overall it's not been too bad. I mean, that's what you get when you have a guy that doesn't fall trees for a living, brings down these big giant cottonwood things that are rotted away, and you know, they tend to go where they want, and a lot of them are leaning the wrong direction. So we were trying to pull them back, and sometimes we were more successful than others. I did take some video, which you've already seen, and I don't know if that showed any of my failures or not. It probably did a little bit. So anyway, first thing to do today, I've got to jump the fence, do some cleanup over my neighbor's yard, because I did bring one big limb down in his yard on purpose. It was going to drop onto his gravel driveway, and I knew he wouldn't really mind, but I do have to get over and clean it up. Couldn't hang around yesterday to do it because I had to get out. My wife was doing a trunk or treat down at her school. Had to get down there and help her out. So anyway, going to start off with that. My friend Bob shows up at 9, and give him a quick tutorial on the handler, or maybe he'll give me one. He might know more than I do. And then we'll start cutting on that. So that's it. I'll show you what I show you. It's Monday morning around 8:30 a.m. headed back over to the rental. Mainly just going over there to turn the telehandler back to the neighbor, and then to clean up all the materials that I brought over, like plywood, safety gear and stuff like that. The yard cleanup, that's a big project. That'll get started here shortly, but probably not today. So Saturday, the only goal was to cut the willow tree to top it, basically. And we got that done. I had a new friend helping me. His name was Bob. I truly appreciate Bob coming over. Unfortunately, I failed in the video department. I was all set up to record, and I hit the record button, but apparently I must have also bumped it back off again as I walked away, because nothing recorded, which is too bad, because that was the biggest part of that willow tree, and that would have been worth seeing come down, especially because it nearly killed me, because when it came down right next to me, and if there had been any big branches above, man, they would have just probably slammed into my head. I did have my helmet on, and I wasn't that high off the ground, but still, that one scared me a little bit. All the other stuff, that was the one that really scared me. There were other ones that scared me from a perspective of doing damage to my house or the neighbor's hay barn. But none of those other cuts that went wrong or a little wrong, you know, I didn't feel like it was a life or death situation. So anyway, that's it. I'm not gonna do a lot of recording today. I may show you, walk around, show you a little bit, but we'll see.
The telehandler is all cleaned up and ready to go back, and the only reason it hasn't because there's nobody home next door, and they've got a entry gate and it's closed and locked right now. So there's what the weeping willow looks like now. Do you remember before picture? It went way up there. Anyway, so I'm just cutting up some of these pieces. I'm gonna hook the I've got the trailer unhooked back there. I'm gonna go ahead and hook that up, get the tractor on, take that home. A bunch of other stuff that I loaded in the back of the truck already. Just trying to clear a path through here. So I'm just cutting some of these chunks up into firewood. Let me show you something. So here's my new DeWalt saw, and the one flaw it has is it does eject the chain fairly easily. Now, if you're just cutting logs, doing like you're supposed to, it's not really a big deal. But I was using the tip of it and trying to cut into, see if I can show you. I was cutting into this stuff here, and it doesn't like that. If it catches just right, it throws it off. And I think the reason is, I don't think it's got anything to do with it being a DeWalt. I do think it's a battery problem, in that all the battery saws have these really thin bars and really fine chains, and they're just not as rugged when it comes to doing stuff that might throw them off. The other thing is if the chain gets loose at all, that's a big contributor. So chain just came off a few minutes ago. This is probably the 7th or 8th time the chain has come off over the 3 days. But let me tell you, I mean, the bulk of the cutting I've done has been with that saw. Only on the really big stuff, when I needed my 24-inch bar, did I use that one. This one is so much nicer. It's so quiet. It cuts really well. It's got a fresh chain on it. Overall, I'm very happy with it. I'm not sending it back. And in time, I will learn to be more careful with the tip of it and stuff and not have it throw chains. But overall, I think it's a pretty good purchase. It's a heavy little thing. It weighs about as much as my 24-inch Husky does. Not as light as my nice little Ryobi 16-inch. But that's a trade-off, I guess. Anyway, I'll fix the chain and do some more cutting. It's a little after 11 a.m. and I've been doing some cleanup in this area, can you tell? But this is just busy work. This is not the kind of cleanup I want to do, because really all I was doing was moving all the stuff that was out here and putting it over here. And the reason is just to clean it up, to get my truck through, hook up the trailer, get the tractor loaded. I'm going to come back over with the green truck, and I'm going to start loading stuff in the back of it. So this one, because it's got a bed liner in it, stuff can get down in between the bed and the bed liner. Plus the sides are higher on this one. Green truck's just more of a work truck. So I'll bring it over, and my goal is take firewood and this other junk and get home and kind of sort it. The firewood will go in one pile, and the other stuff I'll probably start burning it. So that's it for now. So can you tell I've done some cleanup now? Well, you can if you look in the back of the truck. It's around 2:30. I'm headed home. I'm going to do some burning, going to unload some firewood, and whatever else. But I'm done over here for today. Probably won't be back tomorrow. Maybe back on Wednesday. We'll see. All right, we've reached the end. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. So what do you think? Took down a bunch of trees. I still have nightmares over a couple of them, thinking about how close I was to damaging my neighbor's property. Ugh, do not want to do that. Down in the comments, tell me about the things you're working on or the things you're procrastinating about. Remember, the #1 goal of Procrastination Garage is to keep me motivated, to keep me working out in the shop, over at the rental, out in my yard, or playing up in the hills, whatever. Please check back next week or the week after. I don't know, we're averaging probably about once every 2 weeks for a video. And check out the next episode of Procrastination Garage. And remember, my name's Matt, and we'll see you soon.